Hello guys and welcome to another random reviews, and here we come with the notifications again. So like I mentioned on my previous video that aired yesterday, actually this is me from today speaking for the future. So I'm releasing one video tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and this one should be out on Wednesday morning. So if I say yesterday, but by the time you're watching this video, it'll make sense. So, as I mentioned, I have a couple of what the people call battle belts, kind of like utility belts, uh, mainly for transportation purposes. If you are doing any kind of training or any kind of outdoor activity with firearms, then people tend to have all their things in one place, so they're accessible. So this is kind of like what I am trying to achieve. This particular one I really like because I did uh, play around with things, and I made most of the things that you see on this setup. It was homemade, so I'm kind of proud of it, and it works fine for me. So I'm happy with the end product. So this particular setup is the same belt that I showed you in my previous video. The difference is that I painted this one with acrylic paint. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come off, but so far it hasn't. So I'm just gonna leave it like that until it comes off. I just wanted it to kind of like try to match the colors because I'm OCD'd like that anyway. So same belt, same concept. I would like to have a better holster, uh, but I don't have the moolah right now, so I made do with what I could find. So I found this holster is for pneumatic tools, and there was a guy that bought it, and he gave it to me because he was not gonna use it. So of course I took it, and I brought it home. I was thinking about putting one of my pneumatic tools in it, but then I thought that maybe I could fit it, to fit my 22, and I'm gonna show you all the details of it as I did with the other, like on a sit down on the table. I'm gonna like talk about what I did and everything. I'm gonna give you all the details so you can see, because maybe you can replicate it or not. So basically, let's talk about this setup. Like I said, I like to pair, thanks to the great Paul Harrell, I like to pair the pistol with a long gun. This setup may have two pistols if I ever go out to do the activity of, let's say, hunting small game, because this one is particularly designed to hunt or intended to hunt a small game. But I'm probably gonna need a bigger size caliber just in case I find something bigger if I ever engage in the activity. I haven't, because I need to get my hunting license and I haven't done that yet. So that's something that I have on my bucket list, and I intend to do it, like hunt like rabbits, or I don't know, maybe even squirrel if you can eat them. Any small game, I guess, is what I'm trying to engage in. So this is for a 22 caliber revolver. I know I didn't make the best choice, as many people may think, but I really, really like this revolver. This is a Heritage Rough Rider revolver. I'm not gonna. Oh, I could probably pull it out. You can see. Okay, safety's on, so we're good to go. This is a 6-shot, and the beauty about this revolver is that it can shoot 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum rounds. So the revolver already it has a cylinder for the 22 Magnum, but if I ever go out to do the activity, I will switch it for the 22 long rifle, because that's kind of like all the rounds that my rifle shoots are the 22 long rifle. So stick it in there and lock it in place. I added a little knife here, a little fixed blade knife, because I keep doing the same stupid thing. Because if I manage to get something, I may want to dress it right there and then. And a good knife is gonna do just that. So the same holster for the pistol doubles as a holster for the knife. So I have the knife and the pistol like one beside the other, which is kind of neat. So this, I also kind of like came up with it myself. Oh, let me clarify. I did not make this holster. I just MacGyvered it to work to what I want to do with it, just so that we're clear. This pouch was for tape measures, and I added some portions on it so that it was sealed. I added this lid on it with an old jean and kind of like plastic, and now it can drop. So 22 long rifle rounds. I just kind of like drop them in there, and I can reload my magazines from this pouch. And even though it's not like sealed or anything like that, they don't come out. And like I mentioned in my other video, this belt is on the ground. It's not like placed in a place where it's not gonna fall or what. So just put it on the ground because I'm not using it. That's gonna change. I'm gonna try and change the way I stored it, but in the meantime, it's just sitting there, waiting for, I don't know, for me to actually go and do what I said I was gonna do with it. And then I have this pouches over here that store 4 25 round magazines and 4 10 round magazines for my beautiful Ruger 10/22, arguably the best 22 rifle out there, or at least the best selling one. With this little scope, let me get the brand of the scope and put my eyes on it real quick. Center point scope, which I hear they're not that bad. Let me pick up something that I just slapped with my hand. Because I'm an idiot. And kind of like this is like the general idea behind it. So my Ruger 10/22 rifle with my Heritage Rough Rider revolver. Probably will work better if I put it on the left side. I think pull it from there. So the magazines are easy to access, and I'm gonna show you better when I do the video on the desk. So I just pull this little tab. I added a little paracord here so that I can find it without looking, and a little 10 rounder right there, and just kind of like dump it in there, and it doesn't fall. And the bigger ones, the 25 rounders, are right here, full banana style magazines. These are really cool. And when I found them like in 2 packs. So it was easier to and actually less expensive. And this is just this one I used it just to have it there so that it has a magazine on it, but it didn't work, sadly, because I like it pretty much, actually, because it's transparent and you can see the little bullets in there, but it was giving me problems, so I don't use it anymore. Just have it there so that the gun has something inside. It's not a gun review, so I'm not gonna talk about too much about this rifle. And that is it for this part of the video. Now I'm gonna go and do the one on the table, so I'm gonna show you this in a better detail. So see you in a bit. We are welcome again to another random reviews video. Just in case I didn't say it on the first part of this series, or this video on the series that I'm doing. It's kind of like a series on this belt things. So I'm gonna show you now the attachments and in more detail. So the first thing you're gonna see, and this is in the order I put them on the belt, is a little pouch that I made for to hold the rounds. It holds a lot of them, and amazingly they don't come out. So I'm gonna show you real quick. They don't fall out. This is what I'm trying to say. So you pull the lead over here, and here they are. The reason that it looks emptier is because it looks empty is because I fill in the magazines. I actually loaded all my mags from it, and I didn't refill this, so actually holds a lot of rounds. And this lid with the Velcro, simple Velcro, is just perfect. I made it a little bigger than than the body of it, so that it would like prevent them from coming out, I guess, or water from pouring in. Even though if it rains a lot, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get wet. This is just for transportation purposes. So I grabbed a piece of nylon, and I sewed it to the bottom of it so that it covers the little space or holes that this thing has, because it was supposed to be used to hold tape measures. So I just sealed it like that, and that's basically all I did. And I painted this with acrylic paint. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. This is what I use. This is what I use to paint this. Just one round, if you will, one pass. You can get this at any Michael's store. And we shall see how it works. I'm probably gonna throw some flat clear paint on it later, or at another time, maybe not. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do that, but if I do it, it's gonna seal the paint in the acrylic, so it won't come off even if it gets wet, which is really nice. I use a little bit of paracord to one, give it some design, two, give me a little handle so that I can pull it open easier. This more intuitive to find. Even if you have gloves on it, this you can feel, and then your finger's gonna hook into it, and then you can pull it out or pull it open at will. So this is one of the things. Now for the homemade item number 2. This is it looks ugly, but it works. So this is my magazine pouch that holds multiple magazines. It holds, like I showed you, the 10 rounders. The rifle actually comes with, I think it was 2 10-round magazines, and they're really cool. They go like flush into the gun. And when you're going to the range, this is a beauty to have because you just load a couple of them. They're not that, loading is the worst thing out of the process of going to the range. So you just take two of these and you have 20 rounds to kind of like, practice your marksmanship, and this is really nice. But of course, I have a little OCD, so I needed more, and I got me a few more. And they're all the same thing, so it's the 10 rounders, 10 rounders, 10 rounders, and then the 25 round magazine. And this is, if you're gonna buy these things, this is the only one that I'm gonna recommend. I haven't tried, seriously tried others. Don't buy Pro Mag under no circumstances. Some Pro Mag magazines may work. It's not the case. Don't ask me how I know. I actually bought one. Anyway, buy the Ruger one, the Ruger BX25. This is really good. The fabrication is fantastic, and you're not gonna have any problems with it. At least I haven't had any problems with it so far, and it holds 25 rounds. So times 4. I mean, I have a few rounds to go out. So the way I designed it is that I wanted it to be like Velcroed into a backpack. So I added a bunch of male Velcro to the back. And then after I said, you know what, why a backpack? This should be on a belt on me. Easy to access. I don't, on a backpack, I have to take the backpack out to reload. And that doesn't make any sense. So I just added slapped a female Velcro thing here. And I turned this into, belt loops. So I slide my belt from behind this, and I'm gonna try and improve it moving forward. I just don't see the need right now, but I'm gonna try to improve it. This is also sewed with fishing line, 4 pounds fishing line, which I strongly recommend anybody to do, especially if you're sewing Velcro. The male Velcro tends to get attached to the line, to the sewing lines. So if you use the plastic ones, you're not gonna have that problem. So that's a plus right there. I did this by hand. I sewed everything by hand. I had a lot of nylon laying around, actually. So now I'm gonna try and reinforce it so that it doesn't look that flimsy. But I had a lot of it, so I kind of like, I measured it. I started making the pouches, figuring out how to improve them and so on and so forth. And it didn't take me that long. Probably I did it like in 3-4 days, maybe a few weekends, if you will, which is the time that I have to do these things. And like I said, I am going to improve them at some point. But so far, they work fine. Like I say, put them on, walk around, try to sit down with them and see what happens, and then I look to see if they're tearing apart from any place, and then I reinforce that. So far, it hasn't happened with this, so it's a good product, if I do say so myself. And I did not show you this on the first part of this video, but it doesn't matter because I can show it to you now. This is designed to hold hammers. Okay, this is something that you can buy at any Home Depot, Lowe's, or whatever. All I did was paint it so that it matches the color theme that I'm trying to aim at. This I use to dump. I dump an axe in there. I have a little axe that is for camping, and chop off some wood and that kind of thing. And I kind of like decided that for this particular setup, I wanted to carry an axe with me because of the caliber. And he has the axe that I use with, that I actually put in this setup, has a wood splitter. So it's the axe and the wood splitter on the other part. I'm gonna review the axe on a standalone video maybe at some point. But I just dump it in there because it's something else that I have just in case you find a zombie or something like that, that you need to, you know, create some blunt force trauma with something. If I don't happen to carry a larger caliber with me than a 22 when I actually go, when I get my hunting license and I go, you know, hunting for real. A little axe, you know, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially if you thinking about maybe cooking what you hunt on the same day you get it. You're not gonna take it home. You're just gonna eat it on the field with the people that you're with. Then, you know, a little axe can help you, you know, chop off some wood and build a little fire. So this is not expensive, so you can probably get one on the really cheap end and maybe find some use for it, or maybe not. And I'm gonna take the opportunity to show you the drop pouch. This drop pouch, I have it for the 22, and this is the same drop pouch that I have for the other belt, and the same drop pouch that I have for the other one that I'm going to show you later. So I have 3 of them, and this is made by a company called Cordura Fabric. I do not know if these things are still for sale. I'm guessing that they are, but like I mentioned, you do not need to get this particular one. You can get any drop pouch will do. And the beauty about this one is that you can actually roll it like so and make it smaller, which is something that I mentioned on my other video. I was not looking at the camera when I was doing this, so I hope you guys could see it. So I'm gonna do it again just in case. So what you do, so if you see, it has a piece of Velcro on the back, and so all you do is that you just flip it, pull this out, pull this back, and then you just kind of like flip it like this, and then you close it down like that, and it fits on your back, on your belt, through the loops like this, like what I was explaining to you. So that's the MOLLE style system, so you can put it on a backpack if you like, or you can put it on your belt because you create the loops for the belt. And this drop pouch is intended, in my opinion, to get, you know, to dump small game in it, like small birds or small four-legged creatures that you can hunt, because of these holes, that these are draining holes. So if it rains, the water's gonna fall through there. If the animal's bleeding a lot, the blood's gonna, you know, drop, flow from there. However, I don't know if it is a good idea to be dripping blood in the woods, and there's other things that actually are gonna smell that blood. But drop pouch, very practical, very cool, and not too expensive. There are other models, other colors, and better options than this. There's one that actually folds in like so. It's like really minimalistic. It's really cool. So you probably, if you're in the market for one of these things, at least this is one option that you can look at. And the final things keep shining through. Okay, this is the homemade adapted or the adapted holster for my Ruger 10/22 revolver. It's a single action revolver, meaning that you have to cock the hammer manually before you shoot, which makes it even cooler. It's like the Wild West. So basically, what I did to this thing is that I used paracord to sew the center. So I put the revolver in, measured it, then I drill holes through it, and I use the paracord to create like a division in between the holster, so I can have a knife and I can have the gun at the same time on the same place, because it was just one big pouch. If you can see, this is kind of like what I did. So I tied it like really tight by hand, because it has a hard back and a plasticky. I'm gonna say it's plastic. I think it's plastic. And then I added this additional loop with additional nylon, so that I can wrap it around my leg when I'm wearing the holster, so it's not like flapping around. So this I just wrap it around my leg and it holds in place perfectly. And this is kind of like the end of the setup, but it's more decoration than anything, so it looks nicer with this hanging in there. Originally I I added this little loop over here so that it goes over the hammer. Let me see if I can show it to you. So like this, like the original holster. So with my finger I would like just flick it off, and then you can draw. That's how I had it. But then I thought, you know what, this is gonna take a lot of training that I'm probably not gonna do. So I just decided to use this system instead. Just flick it off and pull the gun out, and I'm good to go. This is easier and more intuitive, and it matches the color theme too. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know, it's just kind of like a combination of things that you can purchase and things that you can modify. You may have some of these things laying around in your house, so it may make sense for you to engage in modification and doing things yourself. Again, and I'm gonna keep saying this every time I make a video with something that I made myself or that I modified myself for my personal use. I am not telling anybody to do these things, because I don't know if you actually are capable of doing them or if it makes sense for you to do them. I'm not saying that this is something that works perfectly fine and that's a good idea at all. All I say is that people should know how to fix and how to modify as many things as possible, because you never know if you ever need to repurpose something that was intended to use, for something, and then you can actually use it for things like this. I'm pretty confident that this is not gonna give me any problems. I don't expect to be quick drawing this thing out of there anyway. It is a 22. So if what's coming at me requires to get shot and all I have to shoot it with is that, I have other problems. I have bigger problems than this not coming out quickly out of the holster. And with use and in time, it's gonna get loosened. That's why I don't keep the gun in there anyway. This gun is in storage most of the time. It's on a gun safe most of the time, not in storage. It's accessible, but on a gun safe. So with use, when I start using it, is when it gets wet, that kind of thing, it's going to loosen up, because these things they do get loosened up with use. So I'm not too worried about it. And when I draw this thing, is because I'm taking aim and I'm going to take my time. This is like I said, it's a single action thing. It requires for you to cock the hammer. It's intended for you to take your time, pause, focus on aiming and that kind of thing. And like I mentioned, if I am in the wilderness, like Nacho Libre, walking around hunting for wabbits, I am definitely gonna have something else on me that can deal with more stubborn kind of creatures, either four-legged or two-legged predators. I'm definitely gonna have something else just to help me out. because I fully understand that this is not enough, or may not be enough for self-defense, but this, you can be pretty damn sure that is enough. So I'm not too worried about that, and I can pretty much carry these two things, one with the other. Just have to figure out where to put it. I don't know, maybe a chest rig for that, a chest rig for this one, and this one on the belt. Who knows, right? So guess that's it for this particular one. Coming up next is the last belt. I'm not gonna record this tonight because I need to edit this thing, and the other one is still rendering. The first one is still rendering, and this one I have to, start the editing process and adding the pictures and taking the pictures of these things and uploading them to the editor, and because I do these things myself. So I said on the other video that this is probably gonna air on. Today is Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday. I don't know, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make that day stick. Wednesday, depending on how late I arrive at home from work. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And with nothing left to say for now, God bless you all. Random Reviews signing out.